He is looking for a second date update. She went out with a guy named Gavin, and we're going to try to help her out. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Hey, guys. I am good, and it's really nice to talk to you.
Yeah.
Nice to talk to you.
too.
Thank you.
So how did you meet Gavin, and how did the first date go and all that?
Okay. So I made a New Year's resolution that basically I was going to go out on 2 dates a week, every week this year.
2 dates a week.
2 days a week, until I met someone that I wanted to get into a relationship with at least.
Okay.
So I got really sick of hearing from my friends that I don't get out enough. And to be honest, they were right. I really wasn't putting myself out there. So you know what, y'all, I am getting myself out there. I am putting myself out there.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I pretty much stuck to it. But I will say 1 week when I had the flu, it had been a lot of dates, and there was really only a couple where I saw the guy more than once. But then I met this one particular guy, and he was great. You know, he was cute, just great personality, and we met for lunch, and it was honestly just the best date ever, hands down.
Nice.
That's great. Do most of the dates, and I don't know what it's like out there. I never had the opportunity to online date. I've always been in a relationship. But in your experience, aren't a lot of them cute and kind of nice?
At least on the first date.
Yeah, I mean, they are, but then, you get on the date and there's like no chemistry.
Right.
So it's like, they're nice, but you're just like, oh, it's kind of boring. What are we doing?
So you felt like you had chemistry with Gavin?
I felt like with Gavin, I actually had like a lot of chemistry. It felt really good. And, everything was just really easy. Like we had so much in common. And, I told him about the resolution. He actually thought that was hilarious. And he asked like how I was doing with it. And, I told him right now he's the leading candidate. And, it was just real flirty. And he really liked that. So we essentially made plans to get together again and go bowling. And, he was going to text me when he got back to work and had a chance to check his calendar. And I waited and I waited and I never heard back. So I'm so disappointed. And I really just can't figure out like what happened. I don't know what I did.
Okay.
Well, if this was a blow off and that's his technique for putting someone off without saying no, or we'll see, or I'll call you, or well, let's play it by ear.
Yeah.
Let me check my calendar.
Yeah.
That's pretty good too.
I always think that's such a line whenever I hear anybody say, I'll check it when I get back in front of my calendar. Your calendar's in your phone.
Wait, I have a calendar on my phone?
Yeah. If you keep a calendar. See, my issue is I don't keep a calendar. I don't ever put anything, and I need to because I can't even tell you. Oh,
I utilize the calendar and the list in my phone, so I could never get away with that.
Yeah.
And then you never did hear back from him?
I never heard back from him. And, I thought it was really strange because, like I said, when we left off, had a great time. And it would be strange for him to pretend to schedule a date with me and then never say anything.
Right. Okay.
Well, all right. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to call him up and see what he really thought of his date with you and whether or not there's a bowling date in your future. As Second Date Update continues. Next resolution was to get out there. Her friends have been nagging her to get out there.
She doesn't get out there enough.
No. So she made it her New Year's resolution. She was going to get out there and go on at least 2 dates a week. And she did a pretty good job at keeping to that, except for 1 week where she had the flu. But this one guy, and a lot of nice guys you meet, but maybe you don't have the chemistry, or maybe you don't feel like you have enough in common with that person. That was not the case with Gavin. She did feel chemistry, thought he was a nice enough looking guy, easygoing. That's the big key for her is how did it feel? It felt easy. Isn't that what we all want?
That's the goal.
Right. So they made tentative plans to go bowling. He said he was going to check his calendar, and that was the last she saw or heard from him. So here we are. Is there anything I left out, or did I get anything wrong? Any of the details inaccurate?
No, unfortunately, you got it all right. Just feeling a little embarrassed, so hoping I get an explanation here.
All right, let's see. Hey, maybe a second date. Let's try it.
Hello?
Hi, can we speak to Gavin, please?
Yeah, this is him.
Hey, Gavin, it's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you?
Jeff and Jen.
What's up, man?
Hi.
Hey, what's up? No way. This is awesome. What's going on?
Well, we just want to say, hey, reach out. We talked to a friend of yours who had very nice things to say about you, and we wanted to follow up. Do you remember Stephanie, who you went out with recently?
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Yikes.
Am I busted here?
I don't know.
Well, I try not to go into it with the attitude that you've been busted. We like to assume that you got sidetracked or you got busy or something distracted you from following through on the phone call and you meant to get to it. Not sure if that was the case with Stephanie.
Okay, so here's what happened. I did a quick Google search on her, and she just got some issues, man. She's got multiple liens on her house for unpaid credit card bills.
Really?
And look, for me, it's just, I don't know. For me, that's just a huge red flag. I think that credit cards are the devil. I have them, but I only use them for emergency use. And if I use one, I pay it off immediately. So, I mean, I know this sounds weird, but she just has, I just saw it's just too much. She just has a huge mess to clean up. And I don't really want to.
You sure you got the right Stephanie?
Oh, yeah. I'm positive. I'm pretty good at that.
Huh.
Multiple liens.
Yeah. What has to happen for them to put a lien on you? I don't even know the legal.
I don't even know. I mean, I think you got to be in serious default. I mean, I assume most of them just charge you off, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Like unpaid, you know.
Okay. Well, I can see how that would be a concern. I mean, one of the biggest things that people fight about in relationships is money. And Fritz will tell you when you get involved with someone, especially when you marry them, you're taking on their debt. So let's bring Stephanie into the conversation. Hey, Stephanie, you still with us?
I'm here. Hi.
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 Is there anything to what he's saying? Have you had some money problems in the past?
You know, I mean, first of all, I seriously cannot believe that you Googled me. That just seems like a little bit much, but okay. I'm really shocked at that. But, you know, Gavin, I really wish you would have said something to me because I can explain. If you had actually asked me about it, I would tell you that there was a guy I dated over a year ago, unbeknownst to me, who ran up all of my credit cards. I had no idea he was using them. I have taken him to court. I've tried to get my money back. I can't afford to pay them off. He really messed me up. He really ran up my credit cards and messed up my credit. So hopefully it will be taken care of soon and everything will get back on track. But it's just a mess right now. And I'm usually very responsible with stuff like that. I just made a really bad judgment call with this guy in general. And, you know, my lawyer thinks it's all going to get resolved. But I wish you would have asked me.
Yeah.
I mean, does that change anything for you, Gavin, now that you understand the context of those issues?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, first of all, I just, you know, what would happen? What happens if it doesn't get resolved? You know what I mean? You're kind of screwed with that.
Well,
and it's just,
but that's through no fault of her own, though. That's not indicative of how she manages money.
True.
I mean, it's a headache, yes, and it sucks.
exactly. You know, we can cross that particular road when we get there. But personally, I think that it will get resolved. I don't think that it's not going to get dealt with. I think that they're going to figure it out. I feel very confident, honestly.
Okay. And that's cool. And I understand. And I'm sorry that you're going through that. But, like, it's just a huge mess. I mean, maybe call me when it's done. But I just don't want to be in the middle of it. And it just sounds really like a lot of trouble. And, you know, I'm sorry. I just, you know, I can't do it.
Come on. Really? We had such a great time. This is so disappointing. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I know. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry that you got to deal with everything you do. But I mean, it's just like I just don't have the capability of doing that right now. I mean, you know, I apologize.
Some people just really freak out about money issues. I mean, I just like to some people they could just roll with it. It sounds like you're just, you know, something crappy happened. You know, you're not totally freaked out about it. You believe it's going to get resolved and you're just kind of rolling with it. While other people, that whole scenario just sends them into a full blown panic and they cannot run fast enough away from something like that.
Right. So if it's this, you know, it'd be something else. I mean, he's giving you a gift here, Stephanie.
Yeah, truly.
yeah. I guess you're right. I mean, still sucks,
I
but
know.
is what it is, I guess.
Call him again when you get it resolved. He won't pick up the phone, but you can leave him a message.
At least there's that. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Gavin, appreciate you taking the call. Thanks for your honesty. And Stephanie, you hang in there.
Thank you guys.
Good
I
luck.
appreciate it.